In his official capacity, where those issues happen, we will take responsibility for that.
I have got time off work, but he's in for a rough ride. At stake, his job, his reputation, his whole future. Faith Daniels, SABC News.
Further afield now, torrential rain sweeping through large parts of Britain continue to cause disruption across the country today. Warnings have reached critical levels. Thousands of homes have already been evacuated. This as a barrage of unseasonable wet weather shows little sign of abating. Today, more than 48,000 homes in Western England were left without electricity. The British government will assess the situation. Let's take a look at how the markets performed today. The rand continues to hover just above the 6.80 per dollar level, with the greenback at fresh lows against some of its major rivals. The JSE ended slightly firmer. However, overall trading was muted ahead of inflation data due later in the week. Gold's at $682.20 a fine ounce. Platinum is at $1,330 an ounce. And the price of Brent crude is $78.35 a barrel. And still to come, 28 minutes behind with 15 stitches in each knee. And still, the pre-race favorite wins the 15th stage. After the break.
What work does your daddy do? He's a psychologist. What's a psychologist? He helps people, he makes people happy. I think my mommy must be one of those too.
Hier, kom maar dan. Mijn machtig mannen. Maar is dit kuns? Dit smaakt soos kuns.
And my just find you and that. And my just find you and that.
Let me show you what you can buy for 100 rand.
For only 99 Rand at Roman's Pizza, you can buy any 2 large pizzas, any salad, and a 1.5-liter liquid fruit.
Dad!
Roman's Pizza.
Best pizza, best value.
You're watching the news at 7. It looks likely that Team South Africa will take 3rd place at the All-Africa Games in Algeria. South Africa have won almost 180 medals, but trail Egypt and hosts Algeria. The results will be ratified after today's final event, the men's soccer gold medal match. South Africa's women's team won silver last night.
In the big clash of the day, Banyana faced old foes Nigeria for the crown as queens of the continent. Nigeria ran rings around Banyana, scoring 4 goals to take the gold medal. A disappointing scoreline for our girls, but they take the silver as consolation. After collecting 8 medals on day 1, our gymnasts followed up with more silverware. From the 15 medals on offer on the last day, our team followed up with 3 more, 2 bronze and a silver. Lee Julies brought the smiles back to South African fans with an outstanding performance in the men's 200-meter final to take that all-important medal. Our ladies' 4x400-meter relay team ran a valiant final, which was eventually won by Team Nigeria. In the men's long jump, Jose Mokoena could not get into his stride. The junior world champion and South African record holder took a disappointing third place. So our athletes ended these All-Africa Games second on the medals table following Nigeria. On their last day of competition, they took 6 medals, 2 gold, 3 silver and 1 bronze. A total of 21 medals for our athletes, 7 gold, 9 silver and 7 bronze. Tabiso Sitole, SABC News, Algeria.
Southern African match officials aren't often presented with the opportunity afforded to their European and South American counterparts. But they're determined to play a role in the 2010 Soccer World Cup. 32 referee instructors from 13 African countries are attending a FIFA course in Tshwane.
The majority of instructors are from Southern Africa. Officials from the COSAFA region are lagging behind, but this course will help close the gap.
By 2010, the development program for referees will be well on course. Whether we will have that many actually taking part will be up to the referees committee of FIFA to decide whether they are capable enough to do that. It's about merit when you go to the World Cup.
South African match officials haven't done the country proud recently. 3 referees were sent home from the FIFA Under-20 World Cup in Canada because one of them failed a fitness test.
What we want for the referees every day is that they have to be more fit. So FIFA, in our competitions, in our tournaments, every day we are more strict with the fitness of the referees.
This program will also produce referees and assistants ahead of the 2008 African Cup of Nations finals in Ghana. Thabo Daniels, SABC News, Tshwane.
Arguably the world's best exponent of the Sevens rugby game, Wesali Serevi, is in South Africa to lend a hand in the developing of the sport. Serevi is in the country on invitation of the Falca Rugby Union, and his visit coincides with their community rugby program.
Serevi has played in 69 Sevens tournaments and scored 1,310 points. Details of the Fijian's future role in the Falca development will be ironed out later during the week, but his mere presence will surely inspire these youngsters.
Community rugby, especially young children and youths.
Hope at the World Cup. But Serevi says in the not-too-distant future, the current Springboks stand a good chance of lifting the Webb Ellis Trophy for a second time.
We've got a chance to win the World Cup this year.
Harry Olivier, SABC News, Brakpan.
Well, Team Astana's Alexander Vinokurov of Kazakhstan just won't give up. Vinokurov lost 28 minutes and 50 seconds to the overall leader in yesterday's first stage in the Pyrenees. Experts thought he would retire from the race. But the pre-race favourite, riding with 15 stitches in each knee following a crash earlier in the race, won today's 15th stage of the Tour de France. He finished the 196-kilometre mountainous trek from Foix to Ludenville 5.5 minutes ahead of the 2 riders occupying the first 2 places on the overall standings, race leader Michael Rasmussen and Alberto Contador. In golf news, Tim Clark couldn't make up for the disappointment of missing out on the British Open. He was beaten by Joe Ogilvy in the US Bank Championship in Wisconsin. It's Clark's second straight runner-up place, but most of the golf world was watching Carnoustie this weekend.
Brother-in-law on the bag. Now, Dad. Catch golf and the family.
won one title in his career. Make it 2.
And that's where we end this news at 7. Simon standing by with the weather report. Have a lovely Monday evening. Good night.
There's a gathering of nations. Can you hear the sound? With one voice, let our spirit soar. We're coming together. We're coming together.
Let them come. MTN. Everywhere you go.
When all is said and done, you don't look back on customized financial solutions. You celebrate new opportunities. You don't worry about multiple time zone challenges or engage in optimal strategy sessions. You think big. It's not time sacrifices made that matter. It's getting the job done. And while some say, here's to successful and timelessly completed financial projects, we simply ask, what's next? Standard Bank. Inspired, motivated, involved.
Thousands of hours have been spent creating a car that is as much a pleasure to look at as it is to drive. My efforts, however, have demanded the most time and the biggest budget. Strange, considering my work is something you'll never see. And hopefully never experience.
Good evening. There's some severe weather on its way down to the southwest. Clear skies over the central interior of the continent, of the country rather, but here is this cold front pushing in over the southwestern Cape. Widespread rain for Cape Town tonight, strong northwesterly winds, and in fact those are going to be well over 30 kilometres an hour with very strong, very rough seas forecast all the way along that southern Cape coast. Right, looking ahead to tomorrow, that first front moves further along the coast, dragging its showers with it. Those are rough sea conditions moving further along as well. Heavy rain expected to continue over the southwestern Cape. Some snow over those southwestern mountains. Very cold weather in that western high ground as well. And those heavy seas continuing all the way along the southern Cape coast between Cape Point and Plettenberg Bay. Windy weather associated with it as the second front moves in, and dry and gusty berg wind conditions expected all the way along that eastern portion of the country. A fire warning over that region there. By Wednesday, the first front is now beginning to exit our system. The second one has moved right the way over the southern interior. That cold weather now all the way through the central and southern parts. Heavy rain expected all the way along the Garden Route. Rough seas associated with it as well. It's still those westerlies pumping off that coast, with the berg winds now limited up in the Lowveld. Then by Thursday, that second front moves off. A third one pushes in. Another round of showers, strong northwesterly winds, mild to warm conditions as we move up into the far northeast. But it looks like a pretty hectic week for Cape Town. Fire for Belcom overnight, that's not too bad. 2 expected for Bloemen, 0 for Bethlehem. Getting into the mid-20s across the Free State, Northwest Province and Northern Cape tomorrow, but cold over that western interior. Southwestern Cape's not going to be too bad overnight, although it is pretty wet down towards Cape Town, 12 degrees there, up to just 15 tomorrow, 16 for Worcester and 17s for Riversdale and George. Mid-teens along the east coast ahead of the front, but single figures from Graaff-Reinet all the way around towards Ladysmith.